Adults without allergies may think they are in the clear. After all, don't allergies present themselves in childhood? Well, it turns out that's not always the case. And here to tell us more about why you may be suffering for the first time this allergy season is WSJ contributor Heidi Mitchell. Heidi, thanks so much for being here.
I think I'm going to try not to cough.
I know. Are you suffering from allergies?
Newly suffering from allergies.
Interesting.
Yes.
Is that what inspired you to do this
yes,
story?
Yes, it did. I mean, I think a lot of my friends are suffering as well this year.
But yet we are born with a predisposition to being allergic or not?
A lot of people think, oh, everybody's allergic, but that's because their parents are allergic and their kids are allergic, but it really runs in your family. So the first thing to know is that if it doesn't run in your family, you didn't inherit the trait, you're not going to have it no matter what. So it's not allergies, it's a cold.
Right.
Or something else.
Good to know.
Right.
But they can develop later in life, and what will influence whether you develop them later in life?
So there are so many things. So first of all, something like 40% of kids they have the genetic trait. And then there was a study that was done that tested college freshmen. They came in, they all had the immunoglobulin E, they all had sensitivities, and after a couple of years, 20% of them had developed allergies, full-blown symptoms, and then they tested them 20 years later and 40% of them had them. So it could be anything from moving to a new home, which I recently did, seasonal allergies that is finally tipped the scales, your exposure sort of hit a critical mass. They even say maybe a cold can really trigger it, and some viruses.
Very interesting, which makes it even harder to distinguish whether you have a cold or allergies. Are there certain things that every human being is allergic to? For instance, mold. Will we all have an allergic reaction?
Every single person, no. You have to really be born predisposed. But the most common allergy is not seasonal allergies, despite the fact that complaints go up during this spring and fall season. It's dust mites and mold. Those are the most common allergies, not pollen that's floating in the air.
Interesting. So if you are an adult who develops allergies later in life, all hope is not lost. You can still lose them again, right?
Right, you can. You can age out of them. Your immune system becomes less efficient, so it's not going to respond as well. You can take immunotherapy shots, which will make them go away. You can move, which I should probably do, move my moldy home, or even changing your environment, changing your workplace. Indoor environment can really affect it as well.
Does diet or exercise have anything to do with it?
That's
the one thing that diet and exercise
really didn't come up that much. It was more about the mold, the pollen, and the dust mites. So it's more what you're breathing in than what you're eating.
All right. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. So far, no allergies. But
you're probably in the clear.
I don't know. I don't feel like I'm out of the woods yet. Thank you so much, Heidi Mitchell, for that.